maybe it's all the hormones running around, but everything felt so complicated.
One thing I wish I could tell teenage me is,
be careful, because things are not going to get any better. It's just going to get worse. Sorry, I'm feeling a bit depressed today about the world. It's just appalling what's happening.
believe in yourself. I think as a teenager I suffered with a lot of confidence issues, and I think looking back at it now, there were a lot of opportunities that I could have taken, but I was nervous about taking those opportunities. And I think what I would tell myself now is it's much better to take those risks and learn from those mistakes rather than being afraid of making mistakes.
We've got to stand up for our rights. Yeah, I suppose that's what I would say to teenage me. Stand up for your rights.
It's absolutely natural as a human being to have those reactions, and I think I think actually being nervous is a sign that you're stepping out of your comfort zone. So I think I constantly have those. I still have those feelings of nervous, but rather than shying away and refusing to take those kind of opportunities, I look at the kind of nerves that I have, and I think, you know what, I think I should do this.
It's Trump, isn't it? Trump and what he's managing to do, and the people who are going along with it. You know, Keir Starmer, he doesn't seem to realise he doesn't have to kowtow to Trump, you know, but seems to think that's the way to go. And he still calls himself Labour. I tell you, I am not voting Labour ever again. Don't trust them.
One thing I wish I could tell teenage me is
things are not as serious as I think they are, and that no one's really looking at what you're doing. You should just focus on yourself and do what you think is best.
not to be so self-conscious. Teenage me was pretty self-conscious and really worried about what the world thought of her.
I didn't do anything that I would really regret. I always I always learned how to, how can I say it, move on. Everything was like a stage to get to another stage.
I became aware of people from when I was about 11 years old, and kind of, yeah, feeling like you're being kind of watched and trying to kind of conform with what other people are doing to make like friendships easier, so like just going through society a bit easier. And it took a while to kind of realize that firstly, I'm not doing myself any favors by just kind of not being true to myself and going with whatever version I think people want to see.
And now, you know, I'm a 49-year-old woman and I don't care what the world thinks about me. I'm happy with me. So I wish I could have just injected a little bit of the confidence I have now in my younger self, in my teenage self.
I was always sort of musically influenced. Obviously my father was into music and my mother. I started playing the violin at 9. I broke that and my dad bought me a guitar and I found that a bit cumbersome. I struggled with it, and then one day a friend came round and said, "Oh, you play guitar?" I said, "Not really, it's just here, but I don't play it." And he picked it up and he said, "It's not in tune." And he tuned it up. And then once he tuned it up, I said, "That's my guitar, thank you," and started to play it.
Maybe the way I dress myself is kind of like, I learned from a more sustainability point of view, kind of not going with the trends, but trying to choose kind of what you love and just sticking to it, which is maybe a simpler answer, but that's kind of like not going with the trends, but actually finding what you like and then just forming your own style, forming your own persona.
It's just all of the internal dialogue that was going on in my head that really caused me a lot of strife. Constantly questioning myself, constantly worried about how the world perceived me. And as a younger person, that's just, and I think it's not uncommon to young people to feel that. Maybe it's all the hormones running around, but it just, everything felt so complicated.
You know, let's go at 16, 17, and at 20 I decided I wanted to do music full time, and formed a band, not naming any names, but we did a fair bit of travelling. It was very successful. It was very successful. I shouldn't knock it, it was a successful band. But I woke up one day and I got fed up of all the travelling. And I didn't want to travel anymore. I wanted something where I could sit at home and just, you know, be contented with myself. And that's when I opened up a bike shop. And for 30 years I didn't play music. And then one day I took a guitar out and I said, "Hello, old friend. I haven't seen you for a long time."
Yeah, I think if you're just true to yourself, things will work out and you go on the path you're meant to go on.
So now I'm sort of, you can see me knocking about places like Dublin Castle, you know, various venues around London, in the back playing my little guitar. And that's it, I'm happy.
I never thought I would be able to solo travel, but a few years ago I did that. I managed to you know, completely step out of my comfort zone and travel to, you know, I've traveled now to over 50 countries, and I did that. And teenage me would never have thought that I could have done that. Another thing was move out of my family home. Like I lived at home until I was 24. You know, that might be quite late for a lot of people, but that was kind of the comfort zone that I was in. So being able to move out of home and you know, move to a new country. I moved to the Netherlands and I lived there for a year on my own. So I think those are probably examples of me kind of forcing myself and stepping out my comfort zone.
You know, when you get to that point of being middle-aged, when you realise there's like more years behind you than in front of you potentially, I've started not sweating the small stuff so much. I'm just like, what's the bigger picture? What are the things that I still want to do with my life? That feels more important to me, and holding on to the people that I love and making time for them.
My closing words would be, whatever you think the consequences are going to be, they always seem much worse in your head than they actually are in reality. So just take that leap of faith.
And the things that you're anxious about, the chances are other people feel that too.
Take that step into the unknown.
And like find your tribe of people where you can like share and collaborate with.
And trust me, you'll look back and you'll really, really thank yourself for doing it.
And you know, it's going to be okay. It'll be okay. Hold on to that when it's hard.
It's a nice little envelope. Oh dear, but things can only get better. So that's good. Bye, and thank you.